You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
NFC AFC Championship weekend is officially over. It is Monday. Welcome to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast, the favorite podcast with the word garage in it. It's yours. Brought to you by Drip Drop. Go to dripdrop.com. Use promo code GarageGuys20 at checkout. You'll save 20% on your order. This is some of the best hydration on the planet. Literally, less sugar than most sports drinks, 3 times the electrolytes. It's used by athletes, firefighters, military members, the Garage Guys, the Garage Fam. If you listen to this show every week, Drip Drop has probably been burned into your brain harder than any other hydration product or product of that matter on the planet. So you'd be foolish not to order some. Garage Guys 20, dripdrop.com. Rip it and drip it. When I drip, you drip, we drip. And drip game too strong.
We should get a new drip slogan because we have so many great ones. We should get one ready for NASCAR season.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to because there's a lot of really good drip in NASCAR right now. And I cannot wait to talk about it on our next episode of the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast. That's right, NASCAR is back now that the AFC NFC Championship is officially over. Limbo week. Media week, whatever you want to call it, will be next week for the NFL, and then the Super Bowl, which will consist of a game between one Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. A little sour about that last game.
Yeah, it's like the tale of two games, right? I mean, I feel like our energy level after the first game was much higher. But I think even people, though, that weren't necessarily rooting for the Bills like we were, it still was non-debatable. You know, like the first game was better. The second game was kind of everyone knew who was winning that game after it was 9-0. Then Mahomes put up 21 points, be up 21-9. So
yeah, man, and I think that like it goes to show like when I said I think it was the last show we did, maybe even the Rotorball or DFS preview show, where I was just like it seems to me that like the Bills Chiefs game should be the day game. And we should have Packers Bucks at night because our energy would have been through the roof right now. But unfortunately, we got a little wagon kicked.
Dude, I just thought. I mean, I agree that you called that, but I thought we would get a little bit more like high scoring affair from this Bills offense, even if they did lose. I was disappointed to see them settling for field goals. I thought they were. I mean, if you're going to go beat Patrick Mahomes, I think you can't kick field goals. So.
Yeah, it's like at this point you can't worry if you get blown out like 55-13. You know what I mean? Like you can't worry about that at this point. Like you have to play with your all. So yeah, like Seabass or whatever we call him, old Bass Boy, talking bass on the wall. You know, nice footwork. Doesn't really matter. You still lost.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. Like you said, you're playing with house money, kind of. You're the underdog. No one really. I mean, people were on the underdog. I know we were on the spread, or at least I was. But most people would say Chiefs at home should win that game. So why not go for it, man? You were the best. The Bills offense red zone in the red zone this year was the number one offense, I'm pretty sure. So why not, when you're down there 4th and 3, you have Josh Allen, who, Chase, you call white Cam Newton. Like, why not? 4th and short, dude, you got to go for it. I don't care.
It was definitely shades of 2020 Cam Newton tonight. We'll put it that way, but you can't put the loss all on Josh, man. Like I just feel like anytime you go into Arrowhead, like the nerves, obviously you're going to be strong. And I mean, plus you're a Buffalo Bills football team that has taken the franchise to this deep in the playoffs since like the 90s. So, I mean, there was definitely a lot of stress built up, but yeah, it sucks, man. Like whenever, you know, I think it just goes in like betting in general. Like when you pick your team and you lay your money down and you make your picks, you're like, this is going to happen. And then you realize, oh shit, this is like any casino that I've ever been to.
It's funny. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I regret taking my stance on over on Rotorball.
No, you can't regret it.
I don't regret it, but at the same time, I kind of always had. If you would have asked me, you would have said Drew's probably taking the Chiefs and Bucks. just based on like things I've said week in, week out about how the Chiefs are probably the only tier 1 team, and then there's a bunch of tier 2 teams. But I kind of bought into the Bills hype, man, especially with the way Diggs was playing. So
Yeah, there was so much of it too, man. Like there was so many people that I talked to personally that were like, "Yeah, I'm putting money on the Bills. Like I'm betting the Bills. Like we're betting the Bills." And so it's like whenever you get like that majority of people that you talk to and that you know that are like on the same things that we're on, it's like this collective just energy just piles up. And then you watch a good video of a Bills fan breaking a table, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm so glad that I took that money line. I'm so glad that I hit the spread." Like, but then you realize like this has happened a lot more times for the Bills than it has for the Chiefs. So it's definitely, yeah. It's the game itself though. Like they started off red hot. You got to give them that. Like, dude, they came out swinging like heavy. Dawson Knox touchdown. Like I was like, okay, this is the energy level. This is where we're at. This is a good choice. But then, like you always say, Patrick Mahomes comes in, he does his thing, and he's just so efficient.
I remember thinking it was 9-0. And I was like, well, at least we know going into halftime it's going to be a field goal game. Nope, didn't happen. It ended up being a 12-point lead. I think they cut it to 9 there right before the half. But you're so right. And I think the most impressive part of this game, Chase, was actually the Chiefs' defense. Kind of their secondary was stepping up. I think you alluded to this earlier, saying it wasn't 100% on Josh Allen. Like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce were getting way more open than the Bills' weapons were.
Yeah, they were just able to it's I don't know, you can call it like the home field deal, like whatever you want to call it. It's just the way that team maneuvers and they get around. And then with the defense itself, I mean, we don't. I feel like Honey Badger is kind of like push back. Tyrann Mathieu, I feel like he's just kind of like. I mean, obviously he is pushed back in the defense, but I feel like maybe it's just me, but I feel like he's just not talked about like enough still.
I mean, he's a really good player. I think, honestly, what you're saying is just the Chiefs D in general. They're not talked about much because they seem to kind of chill in the regular season and not play as, up to how they can play. Like tonight, I think they played like a really, really good defense. Whereas,
yeah, where's that been all season?
Dude, they haven't been covering the spread like at all season. They've been struggling to put it all together. But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they're just the kind of team that's they've gotten used to the big moment, the big stage, and the regular season wasn't good enough for them.
And that's where I'm thinking that they're at too. There was one amazing thing that did happen on the Chiefs side tonight, and I'm trying to make sure that I have it down like pat, like as far as like the words go for this stuff. But one of the celebrations that were done in the end zone by the Chiefs, I want to say. It's either Williams or I can't think of the jersey number right now. It's either Williams or it was Hilaire. But
like a very short touchdown on both of them did.
Yeah, well, there was a celebration tonight that is from one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And I retweeted it. There was a video out. Basically, they were doing one of the dances that Tyrone Biggums on Chappelle's show does in the end zone, and it's got to be literally like top scale best celebration ever seen done on a field.
Yeah, I got to go look that up because I would be interested to see which one that was. I must have zoned out after the touchdown. You're saying it happened on a rushing touchdown?
Yeah, so I'm taking a look at it right now. I just got to get it pulled up, and for you guys that are watching this right now, I'm just gonna here's the video.
Put on cracks in it.
He's finally home. He's Tyrone.
This week.
Yeah, so confirmed Hilaire. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. Just shout out to him. LSU boys, dude. Just LSU boys just getting it done.
Sarah Williams, the LSU boys well?
I don't remember.
I think they were teammates. I don't know. I'm about to look it up.
I'm not sure. I just know Edwards-Hilaire. Like, I'm loose on the college sports. I'm not going to lie. Everybody that watches this show or listens to this show know by now that, like, I know the big names. Like, I can tell you Joe Burrow smoked a cigar in the Dome after that game. I'll check the stats.
Yeah, he played college football at LSU. Yeah.
Crazy.
But
there you go. You have Devin White had a big day. Edwards-Helaire, like LSU is on the up right now, bro.
seriously, I was about to say they got both the running backs there, and then they got Honey Badger, and LSU's kind of everywhere right now in the NFL.
Powerhouse. What happened this past year? I really don't know. I didn't watch.
They didn't have a very good year. They lost Mr. Joe Burrow. They struggled. So
yeah, dude. So, I mean, other than that, though, I mean, our bets aside, our emotions aside, we expected this.
I had two player. I don't think you know this. You didn't read Chef bets, but I had Patrick Mahomes for 2 player props that hit. So that's at least good. You know, to hit the over on those.
Yeah, but just as a team, like is the like what you should have what we should have expected to happen.
The Bills, I'm upset.
We wanted to ignore it.
Yeah, let's not talk about this game too much more because I'm sad that the Bills are not moving.
Yeah, I know we got to move on. Let's get to the fun game.
Chiefs, dude. I've got to say that one more time. Like the trio of the Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hill is just unbelievable. It's like unstoppable, man. I don't know if the Bucs can handle that. I don't know. We'll make our predictions later.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a tougher game to call. There's so many factors that go into it. We'll definitely discuss all that. But let's just discuss this next game where the energy still exists. Let's take a moment. Everybody, you're in your car, you're at your desk, you're in your bed because you're a lazy piece of shit. Let's all take a minute to just take a deep breath.
Excel.
Energy. We're back. Beat it, LaFleur.
Beat it, LaFleur, baby.
He's done.
Oh my God. And like kind of a low key beat it LaFleur year, right? I mean, we haven't had those moments, and beat it LaFleur, right?
This is a life altering moment for him. This is the kind of moment that puts you in like Cody Parkey doinking a kick. This is the kind of moment that puts you in like what was it? Trying to throw the ball in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and you're Pete Carroll and you're chewing a lot of gum. Like this is one of those moments.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. I think either the not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch in the one Super Bowl, that is 1A or 1B to this decision as the worst play. I know there's been worse plays or worse decisions by coaches.
Yeah, don't forget the Colts, Chuck Pagano. Don't forget that one.
Yeah,
that's number one.
Let's just go not plays. Because it's not really it's a decision, a coaching decision
on the line.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left in the game, down 8 to cut it to 5. You decide, and your QB has like 56 touchdowns and 9 interceptions on the year, something.
Clutch master.
Yeah, I literally thought, I swear to God, I sent this text message to a couple of my friends. I said, when they brought the field goal unit out, I thought that I didn't know the score, and I started refreshing 2 different apps on my phone to make sure that they weren't down 6 and cutting it to 3. I thought I was wrong. I couldn't believe it. So I don't know, man. What do you? I guess his mindset was, and I put a tweet out about this. I guess his mindset was, I'm going to take the 3 points, and then hope we can stop them with our 3 timeouts and get the ball back. But you're still down 5, and you have to go all the way down and score a touchdown. So my thing is, why not go for it with your Hall of Fame QB? And if you don't get the first down or the touchdown, then you still have them pinned at the 9-yard line, and you still have the chance to stop them with 3 timeouts. Like, I don't understand.
It's like it was a pride contest for the 5 points. Like, could have been 8, but it was 5. Don't forget it. I'm Matt LaFleur. No, I think the biggest slap in the face though was the fact that like after the game, like they were talking to LaFleur about like, will Aaron come back? I sure hope so. He's our leader. If you would have let Aaron Rodgers call that play, if he was truly like your leader, like that's what happened is like Aaron Rodgers has been, I've said it in the past, Aaron Rodgers is the LeBron of Green Bay. He's been running this team all year. And in this moment, the little ego of Matthew LaFleur came to and was like, I'm going to make a decision here. This is the right call. And then we realized that, hey, even though we teeter-tottered on the line of beat it LaFleur or like beat it LaFleur, it was always and will always be beat it LaFleur.
It's so true. It's like we didn't really know that. Do we like the guy? Do we dislike him? we still don't. I mean, I don't know. Like
This play made him look like a kindergartner trying to organize like a festival, or like you put like a 7-year-old and you're like, okay, we've got to send out invitations, we've got to call different and there's a 7-year-old child and they're like, you have a coloring book, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what this is. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
it's so bad. I could go on and on about this play or this decision, man.
Well, obviously all the fans are, you know,
he's now at Bill O'Brien territory with me. Just like
he's reached it
with one decision.
Well, I don't know. Does he have a hole in his chin?
Yeah, I don't care. Whether it's a hole in his chin, he's in the same category with
Adam Gase, Beta Piss Boy mixture, like Beta Piss Boy swag, Adam Gase brain.
But don't we kind of like respect Beta Piss Boy? Is like
we do. That's why I said his swag. He's a young guy. You know, he's got some looks to him. Like the girls like him. You know, they're like, yeah, that's definitely the guy. But then they sit down and they realize he has a massive cocaine problem and a big ego. And then I'm not gonna. All right. So the disclaimer. I don't know if he's got any of that, but if I had to make the call, I would say definitely.
I like it, man. I can't believe we got the beat at LaFleur moment in this stage. You know, like on this stage, the biggest stage, we finally got our moment. This year we haven't talked about him much.
Dude, I think that and I know this was a big debate, and a lot of people had the debate with what was it that last call, like, of why
the call took away from the beat at LaFleur. The call became the topic of conversation because, and I talked to you before the podcast. I understand that it's going to be argued, but there was a million like plays in this game that could have changed the outcome, in my opinion. I mean, did you see the holding of the jersey? It definitely was pass interference for sure. It's just
it was so loose all game. I will say that. So like maybe that like threw people off a little bit, and then this happened. But I think you make a very good point. Like when you were saying, like, you know, like what are you gonna do? Like at that point in the game, huge pivotal moment. Like you've got to make the right call there. Yeah. And it's like so. You can worry all you want about all the ones that weren't called, but how much would that really have changed?
Yeah, there probably was a course of plays that went. I mean, I know the Lazard King was held one play for sure, so you could say that was a play in the Bucs' favor. But I saw like 5 or 6 plays where the Packers were clearly holding. I mean, dude, the whole second half, Rodgers was dropping back because they were trailing by so many points. And he brought them back. Props to Rodgers, especially in the second half. But you're telling me in 59 dropbacks, those offensive linemen weren't holding Jason Pierre-Paul or Ndamukong Suh? Or
the Devil, the Terminator. Yeah.
Like I saw holding 5 times, but you could go to every single. I mean, you can find a penalty in almost every call. It goes back to what me and you always say. You believe what you want to believe. Like you're either rooting for the Bucs or you're rooting for the Packers, whether that's for a fan perspective or from a betting perspective. And that probably dictates what you think should have been called or not called.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it's ever going to amount to. It's sports. That's how it works. Get over it and get excited. Go put your Rob Lowe hats on. Get excited about the NFL. There's a Super Bowl in 2 weeks. It's your last game. You're going to be crying after that game's over because now you got to wait an entire another year. And if you don't like NASCAR and you stop watching our shit, that's your fault. But get over it. Like, it is what it is. Enjoy what you get.
Well, sucks. To do an episode on or we're probably going to do 2 separate episodes. Never mind. For Super Bowl coverage and for Daytona.
We definitely need to do something for Super Bowl. I think all of you guys would want us to do something for the Super Bowl. If you want us to do something for the Super Bowl, tweet at us and just be like, that is a given. And we'll count how many people tweet. We'll see what happens. We're going to do it anyway, though.
Yeah.
We're going to do it regardless. But tweet at us. Why not? No, I just looking into this game, though, I mean, like going into Brady, like I've finally let go of like all of like my hurt and sorrow. Like it only took me a week this time. Like I've gotten really good over the past 4 years at getting over Saints losses. Like it's just I've had to. I'm kind of like numb to it. So like I immediately got up this morning.
Dude, I think people are getting more like you. More Saints fans are kind of numb to it.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is before the Katrina and the resurgence of the city, everyone in New Orleans was fans of every other team. So that's probably what's going to happen now. So all the bandwagoners are going to leave, and us real ones are going to be there with paper bags on our heads if it gets that bad. But Matthew Stafford's out there.
I was about to say, Stafford.
We see you, Matthew. We want you.
That's available. There's already Aaron Rodgers rumors speculating because he said some weird stuff after the game. I'm not going to get into the theories right now, but
Aaron, tell LaFleur to beat it. Come to New Orleans.
There's already like Colts Aaron Rodgers rumors and Patriots Aaron Rodgers rumors. All Saints, He said after the game basically that he I don't want to get too much into it, but here I go. He said after the game that there's a lot to evaluate this offseason, and there's a lot of players on this team that have uncertain futures, and just kind of left it open-ended. That's all he said. It could just be a sad boy.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a sign of, hey, you fucked up, Matthew. Like, that's all that is. But enough of the after game. Let's get into the game. Talk about just like I remember like earlier this morning or earlier this afternoon, sitting down. Game started off. Tom Brady immediately, like first drive, it connects Mike Evans, touchdown. Beautiful stuff. I was hurting because like I was like, hey, this Fournette, Godwin, Jones like bet for plus 1100 for first touchdown looks nice. And I quickly realized like there was a reason that you drafted Mike Evans first over Chris Godwin, Chase. So I was reminded of that quickly. But it looked rough at first, man. Like how fast they scored, like in Lambeau, like tripped me out. Kind of. I was like, yo, I did not expect that.
To make your bet worse, I will add this on, not to make you feel too bad, but Godwin did outscore Evans, which makes it even worse for your bet because your guy that you love, Mike Evans, did it early, but then
Yeah, just the prop bet in it.
That was big drops too. Anyway, early. Yes, I agree. I think Tom Brady was surgical in the first half. He was amazing. And then the second half, he kind of fell apart. But it's a two-half game. And first half, I was really impressed with both Rodgers and Brady.
Tommy came out there like Drake on More Life, bro. Like, it was one of his best. You know what I mean? So, like, he was just chopping it up, flowing it up. And the way that, like, the media was talking about it, just hearing, like, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman just talk about Tom. And then for everything to play out the way it did, we all had to expect Aaron Rodgers to kind of, like, lift it up a little bit. MBS was doing work today. But, dude, the Bucs defense, it goes back to that defense, dude. Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett, dude. Incredible work in that second half. Incredible.
The defense is loaded. I think their first half was better. They held them 10 points in the first half. That they had 5 sacks on the day. Chase, I thought the big part of the game, I don't know if you caught this, but they already had one of their key defensive players, their safety was out, and then they lost their other safety in the second half. And right when that happened, Aaron Rodgers started just going nuts. But you're right. Like, the big plays seem to come with the Bucs defense no matter what, even if the other team's rolling.
I'm convinced that, like, the spirit of Kimbo Slice lives inside of Todd Bowles. Like, I'm telling you, dude.
So much. It's
like,
crazy.
I know, dude. Like, I just the way, like, this is that defense you expected. Like if they've played a really good season, but I know, like, you wouldn't have just drafted this defense in fantasy earlier in the year if you didn't truly believe in it. And, like, it just, I feel like in the moments where it matters, that's what people are going to remember you for most. Todd Bowles, dude, excellent. Just excellent work. I cannot commend Todd Bowles more. Like, dude, this Bucs defense, like, the mixture of the old uniforms and just their style, the grittiness, the dirty. It's literally low key like some Pirates, bro. Like, they out there, like they about to chop your shit up. Like, it's over.
I feel like this Bucs team more than me, man. I mean,
I think I do, bro.
I respect them, but I thought they kind of were shredded in the second half. Honestly, I didn't think the first half. I agree. I think they have enough big plays in them that it overcomes their chunk plays they give up. I mean, they gave up Valdez-Scantling 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it's more of definitely deep and like defense, but maybe I should be recognizing more just like key players on the defense then, and maybe not the defense as a whole.
Their defensive unit's great. I'm with you. I just thought giving up 26 points when really they should have.
But it's Aaron Rodgers, man. Like, if this would have been against, like, I don't know, like Flacco and the last year's Broncos.
Holding them to 10 in the first half, I thought was a win. I mean, I thought that was a great defensive. I think when they lost their safety, they were already out. They can't help if they have two of their best safeties out. That's going to kill any defense.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's that element to it, which just made the game great. And there's the fact of is Tom Brady the best athlete of all time now? Like, is he? Like 10 Super Bowl appearances.
I mean, people get, what do you mean by athlete? I think he's the best team sport.
Same shit. Whatever, however you want to take it, man. It's your tea. Choose the bag, Yeah.
He's the GOAT for sure. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're going to take a golfer or a tennis player that has won like 18 majors, and whatever for tennis.
And nobody really cares about that. I think care about football.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
He's the GOAT for sure. But nothing he's doing right now, like if he would have lost today, doesn't change anything. He's 43 years old. If he loses, okay, made it to the NFC Championship. Move on. Like
he's earned the interceptions he's throwing. Put it that way. He has earned. Like I think this is
complaining about that, dude. Like sometimes when a QB, and I've seen Drew Brees do this, I've seen Aaron Rodgers do it, I've seen so many veterans do this. Patrick Mahomes does it sometimes, even though he's young. But if it's a play on third down and they sling it down the field 40 yards when they're trying to get a first down, that's as good as a punt. Like they know they're going to be punting the next play if they don't convert it. So they just chunk it down the field. And guess what happened today? Chris Godwin caught it. You remember that in the first half?
Just popped up, dude.
Yeah. It just happened.
It was beautiful.
So sometimes, like when someone throws a pick, it's the same thing as them punting it minus the extra 10 yards you get from punting it. They're just throwing it up. So
they're trying to get it somewhere and just shit doesn't work out all the time.
Yeah. And people were like, oh, well, it's a lapse of judgment. Well, maybe he was just trying to throw it up because he knew that next down.
People are just so quick. Like, dude, I think this year, more than any year ever of my NFL fandom, I've appreciated Tom Brady more than ever. Maybe it's because of you being such a fan. Maybe it's because of what happened to Breeze. But I feel like in this past week, like I've just been like, Tom, like walking out into the Breakfast Club, just like, don't you?
Because you're of that age. I think it's because you're that age where it's like you appreciate the longevity of it. That's
why. Dude. I was a child, bro. I remember watching the Super Bowl with them and the Rams, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And all those guys are dying off, like not dying off literally, but retiring. They're all, I mean, Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees just announced it, right? So
yeah, like that generation is moving out. That was our childhood quarterback. That was our childhood players. Like they're on their way out, bro. It's all new now. It's like we're getting older to the point to where it's like when I watch, like when I see their faces clearly, sometimes I'm like, is this a college game? Like, that's what sucks.
Yeah,
is when you start getting to that age.
Doesn't it make you feel weird that like Aaron Rodgers now? Okay, so I used to think he was the young gun, and now he's like the veteran. Like, he's the next veteran.
I remember sitting in a Buffalo Wild Wings when they played Aaron Rodgers. I was in college, dude. Mm-hmm. I remember when they put Aaron in. Yeah. I remember the long hair and the mustache, bro. He was the original. He was the OG Minshew in a weird way.
Yeah. It's kind of funny to say that, but yeah, he had some Minshew swag back then.
It's great. I mean, he still does his stash every now and then. I'm appreciating Aaron more too, man. I really am. I'm starting to appreciate Aaron more.
Dude, he was incredible the second half. If the only time that the Bucs were able to stop him was when they sacked him, got pressure on him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's that JPP.
Can we talk about Aaron Jones?
Huh?
Can we talk about Aaron Jones?
Talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Like, can we talk about Aaron Jones for a second?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I mean, he basically fumbled and then didn't play a single snap because he was injured. His time there's done, I think.
It was a lot of Jamal. Every time I would look, dude, I woke up this morning. You know what the first thing I saw was hanging up in my room?
Aaron Jones.
My Aaron Jones jersey. And I came this close to being like, I'm going to wear it. And I was like, nah, Drew, what if I would have wore it? What if he wouldn't have fumbled?
He probably wouldn't have.
We would have lost our bets though, so I had to leave it off.
You're a smart man.
I could not put that on. I couldn't do
Be
it.
sad if he's not there anymore. I think he'll do
No, I won't be sad if he's not there anymore, dude. I definitely like wherever he goes, I'm gonna be a fan. Like I like Aaron Jones, bro. I like him as like a human being. Like as a player and a human being, the dude's he's top notch. Like we've known though with just like, and I think that if anything, no, everybody should be questioning, fucking LaFleur's judgment at this point, because you got somebody like Aaron and you're rotating constantly between you. Like you've got AJ Dillon and Jamal Williams there now. We had this conversation on the last Garage Guys episode with Nixon about Aaron Jones and where he would go. I don't care if he goes somewhere else. Maybe he needs to. I want to see him be more that lone back.
The way it ended today, I think, especially that they see that potential with AJ Dillon, they're just gonna let him go, man.
They got to, but
and I think
who's gonna be the lucky recipient?
I don't know.
Because I don't care. His stock went down some today, for sure.
I think we could possibly, depending on what situation, if he goes into a situation where he's the workhorse, I think it's safe to say me and you'll be going back for him. So
imagine Deshaun Watson, Aaron Jones to the Jets.
That'd be cool. You can get behind that.
I'd wear my Jets hoodie a lot more.
They definitely need to run back to the Jets.
With Salah. It's time, bro. It's time to start talking about him now.
It's time we have him. Man, you can't make fun of him. He's awesome.
He is. There's nothing to make fun of yet.
Yet. We're gonna have to find some new guys, some new content.
I know, man. Just anytime the season's coming to an end, like that's when it just.
We got Dan Campbell though. I think we talked about him last episode.
Dan's the man, bro. Dan's our guy. Dan's gonna be our guy.
We're gonna be. It's gonna be one of those things. Like, are we tight with Dan or are we enemies with Dan? We don't know.
And LaFleur definitely, and like, dude, LaFleur, I'm going to be, even if he's winning, I'm gonna find a way to just like bash him all season next year. It's coming. Get ready.
We gotta find one other person though.
Yeah.
What if Fitzmagic just to go into coaching?
That's what I want, dude. Because like, dude, that would be all love, though. That would be all love.
But we can use a lot of content.
Nothing else. Just love. I would want him on our show. Like I'd have to get him immediately. We'd have to get him here.
Fitzmagic.
I
can't wait to see where Minshew lands. I don't know. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole tonight. Never mind.
There's so many we could go down because like I said, man, it's just the season's coming to a close. There's so many things that we could talk about right now and just give out. But it's like, hey, maybe
how many QBs? When's the last time I had this many big name QBs potentially moving around?
Dude, who do we have? We have Matthew Stafford. We've got Deshaun Watson. We have.
There's one other one. Another big name. Can't remember.
We have Minshew, possibly.
Yeah.
We have
Stafford. Watson still is bigger. It's more star power than usual. Cam Newton.
Cameron. He's out and about.
Yeah. I don't think his market's really there for him.
Dude, what's up with the Deshaun Watson to Miami deal? They already shitting on Tua's name.
I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's more of like if you get the chance to get Deshaun Watson, kind of like when Tom Brady was available. If you can get Tom Brady, you go get Tom Brady. Same thing with Deshaun Watson.
There's so much that we're going to have to look forward to. There's so much stuff that's going to be happening in the offseason. I don't even know how we're going to approach it, what we're going to do. We're going to find a way to get this to you guys somehow, some way. Maybe you can join our Discord. Hey, have you heard of our Discord? If you haven't, now you have. Garage Guys, Fantasy Sports Discord. Just hit us up on Twitter.
Shout out to Kate and shout out to CWK. Those are always two that are interacting.
Yeah, shout out to both of those guys. Our girl, I don't know. We need names. I need to see names in the Discord. I need names. If you're listening to this and you're in the Discord, just make your username your name. That way I'll know.
I wanted to get your thoughts, though. I mean, I don't have anything else left to say about the two games, but let's talk a little bit about previewing. Like, what's your prediction? Let's just get right into that.
So we're skipping forward to 2 weeks now, just like early, like without any stories, headlines, whatever. The one thing that makes me feel like Tampa Bay could prevail, a couple things. home field advantage for one. What if they let a lot of home residents, like maybe some lucky season ticket holders, get some free Super Bowl tickets, and they get to go there and be loud for the Bucs? Do they fire the cannons? That's a huge question. Like, we need to know this. Do they fire the cannons?
It all goes into our baseline, right? Like how we size it up.
Yeah. Well, this is the garage guy chase brain way of like what's going to determine things. The other thing, though, this is a little bit more mental in game. Mahomes and the jitters against Brady. That
You think that's real?
it's still there a little bit. It's definitely still there a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like it's there for a lot of people, though. I feel like there's like, even if it's not jitters, just like a respect thing, and it just kind of like makes you feel demeaned, maybe. I don't know.
I think when Mahomes and Andy Reid won the Super Bowl, I think that's when it went out the window. For me, at least I just think Mahomes has made every throw against every opponent by now. Doesn't really have jitters, but
Yeah, but for so long, you've seen like Tom Brady in this nice, friendly, like patriotic uniform, and now he's like in this dirty, gritty, like Buccaneers uniform. He's like a pirate now. I'm about to cut your throat, child. Like coming at you, you know.
What if they wore like the orange ones?
I would love to see. I hope they either go all pewter or they go throwback orange.
Yeah,
Those are the two most badass they have.
I thought they were gonna go white on white.
White on white. They're gonna try to replicate like the Saints heaven shit.
I don't know. We'll see. But honestly, like my heart wants Tom Brady to win just because I've watched him my entire life and he's been my favorite player. But dude, it's hard not to think the Chiefs will win that. I don't know if they can stop Kelsey and Hill. I don't know if they can do it. I really don't.
They're definitely gonna have to have a healthy defense, but I feel like either way, like there should be a lot of scoring, a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to like can Godwin and Evans, and I don't know if Antonio Brown will be back. Can they get the separation that? I mean, Brady will be able to throw it into tight windows a few times. He showed that in the first half that he could, drop it in 40 yards down the field a couple times. But overall, they're going to have to get separation, or else it's going to be a Chiefs win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. It's hard to. It really is just hard to call, dude. It's so hard to call because I literally, and that's why we're watching the two best teams. It could literally go either way. I feel like there's this mysticness with Brady, where it's like you as a fan, you don't want to like make a bet on emotion or any like, at all, like ever. But there's also just like that. There's something magical about it, dude. Like just Tom Brady, like on a football team, regardless of his age, like, and how he can just put things together. Like if there's one thing that I will say is that we are going to get a fight to the very end, to the last second ticks off that clock. Like that's what I will say. Like I feel like it could be so close to where this game could end in a walk-off. That's where I'm at with it.
Traditionally, and again, this was not the Bucs, this was the Patriots, but it's crazy how many of the Super Bowls came down to the last possession. Almost every single one of these, whether Brady won or lost, I mean, they were not blowouts ever. They're dramatic fashion wins, losses. Even when Foles beat him, it was dramatic fashion at the end. So,
but you know what's hard about that? I feel like I could trust Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady in that exact situation.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I have no clue. I'm gonna have a pick either.
I might not bet it. I don't know.
I'm not predicting. I'm calling probably a 3.5-point favorite for the Chiefs. I've been pretty spot on predicting these, but it's going to be a field goal game, maybe. Just because you're right, it's so close. I mean, we're not seeing a Cinderella team come out of nowhere. That's a 7-point underdog or something like that. It's going to be 3 or 4. So
yeah, we're seeing the mighty king, the reigning king, and the promise maker.
Like they're going to do the whole storylines. Like I think you mentioned you're excited for the passing of the torch. That's going to be said so many times by who's got the game? Is it Fox or CBS? Do we know?
I'm not 100% sure. If I had to guess, it would probably be Fox.
Yeah, I can't remember right now. But whether it's Tony Romo or whether it's Jim or Who is it? Aikman.
Aikman and Buck.
Yeah, Aikman and Buck are trying to remember. They're going to be talking about the passing of the torch and all that stuff.
That's your headline. That's your storyline. My storyline is big baby scumbag snubbed of halftime performance with The Weeknd at the Super Bowl.
But he does get the Daytona appearance.
Right.
I just lied, probably.
Maybe. Big baby. Where you at, bro? Trying to hook you up.
He got snubbed from one, but he was lucky enough to get the next appearance. That'd be pretty tight.
It would be cool. I don't know. All in all, good football early on. Depressing football at nighttime, but expected as expected. Should have expected it.
Can't confirm 3.5 spread of the way. Can't confirm.
Chef Boy wins again. Did you eat it? What he was cooking? Should have.
The bets went 4 and 5, by the way.
Season's over, man. You did incredible. To the top. Thank you guys. We'll be back for a Super Bowl recap, but for now, thank you guys for sticking around, for listening to us recap the NFL season. If you're here for NASCAR and you've stuck with us through the NFL season since NASCAR's been over, which is it feels like a lifetime, but it's only been a couple of months. If you did that, we appreciate you and we love you and we thank you. Join our Discord. What is it?
That made me feel like, how long ago was NASCAR?
A couple of months, November.
Man, time is just flying by. Okay.
If for me, it feels like it's been an eternity.
It has, but in the same way, it's just, how that works. It's like, I feel like we were just doing videos in a weird way, though, for preview videos for DFS.
Maybe it's just the scenery. We're always in the same room. We never really know.
You're right.
It's like I just have like a closet rack right over there. I just change constantly.
You're right.
We actually never are off camera.
I know one thing. We're going to be crushing it in NASCAR DFS.
I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. So much to come. Look, we'll be back on our NASCAR swag next episode, so get ready for that. And other than that, any final words, Chef Boy? Any dessert for us?
No dessert this time. I'm a tired boy.
I'm a tired boy too. Thank you guys for hanging out with us as always. Sports Profit Repeat. We'll be back. Hope you had a good day. Have a great day. We love you. Goodbye.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.